Hey fam, grab your tea mugs because we're about to spill some major celebrity. Who's at the center of our gossip galaxy today? None other than the power duo themselves, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. But hold up, before we dive into the deep end of this Hollywood love saga, can we just talk about how Jada was almost the queen of Bel-Air but got the sorry you're too short card? Brutal. Alright, let's rewind to the 90s when neon was the new black and our favorite couple was just Will and who? Yep, before Jada there was Sheree Zambino, the original Miss Smith. Plot twist, Will was all set to meet Jada thanks to a wingman. His head turned faster than a cat spotting a laser when he saw Sheree. Boy, the heart wants what the heart wants, am I right? Fast forward past the era of CDs, ask your parents kids, but there's Will, realizing he's got the hots for Jada while he's still hitched to his first wife. The universe pulled a rom-com, having them accidentally bump into each other, and bam, Will's in the bathroom stall crying and laughing like he just watched a cat video for the first time. Love epiphany? Totally. Now, our man Will doesn't waste time. He slides into Jada's life with the confidence of a TikTok dancer and they start hot and heavy Hollywood romance. They're all about that let's drink and never leave the bedroom life. But here's the tea. Jada was not about the #wife life. Nope, she was living her best life thinking marriage was a golden cage without the glam. But y'all, pressure came knocking like an uninvited influencer. With a bun in the oven and her mom side-eyeing, Jada said, "I do" faster than fans hit the follow on the Kardashians post. They tied the knot in '97 and the rest is history. Or is it? Fast forward to the age of hashtags and viral challenges and the Smiths hit us with the entanglement saga. Jada brought herself to the red table and oh boy did it wobble. Was Will on board with the extramarital cruise? Or was he at home stress eating avocado toast?
Very personal journey.
Yep.
That became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
Here's the dealio. The Smiths have always been about that unconventional life. They're not your grandma's celeb couple. They're more like that artsy pair who serve vegan tacos at their wedding. So, was Will cool with Jada's side quest? The jury's out, but these two have rewritten the Hollywood love story script. Jada was not having a blast at her own wedding. Why, you ask? Picture this. Walking down the aisle, all eyes on you, feeling like you're about to hurl because you're 3 months pregnant. Yeah, not the fairy tale moment she was hoping for. But hey, love makes us do crazy things, right? Fast forward a few months and bam, the world welcomed Prince Jaden. Jada was all, they say it'll take 90 minutes. And Jaden was like, Mom, I'm making my grand entrance in 20. Talk about being in a hurry to take over the world. And if that wasn't enough Smith awesomeness for you, along came Princess Willow, completing the fam bam in 2000. But let's spill the real tea. Life ain't always sunshine and rainbows, even for our beloved Smiths. Rumor mills were working overtime, turning out stories like they were on Black Friday sale. In 2011, whispers of a split were louder than a Kardashian scandal, all thanks to some alleged home-wrecking drama with Jada's co-star, Mark, J-Lo's ex, Anthony. Drama alert. But our Smiths, they're not here for your rumors. They clap back with the class of royals, assuring the world, we're sticking together, y'all, mind your own beeswax. But wait, there's more. Jada throws a curveball in 2013, hitting at a, let's call it a liberal approach to marriage. I mean, come on, they're Will and Jada, not your next door neighbors. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on social media, 2015 said, hold my drink. Divorce rumors came back with a vengeance, like a bad sequel. This time, Big Willie had to step up and post the most Will Smithy declaration ever. If I ever decide to divorce my queen, I swear I'll tell you myself. Like, can you even? Now, 2020 brought us the word of the year, entanglement. August Alsina, a smooth R&B crooner, dropped the bomb that he was part of a Jada-flavored love triangle with Will's blessing. The internet lost its collective mind. Jada's reps were quick to hit the nah button, but the genie was out of the bottle. So what did our girl do? She pulled up a chair at the infamous red table, laid it all bare, and owned her truth. And we were all there for it, munching on our virtual popcorn. Flashback to July 10th, 2020. Jada brings herself to the red table, and guess who's joining? The Fresh Prince himself. Now this isn't your average tea spill and sesh, this is a full-on tea tsunami. Jada and Will get real about hitting rock bottom in their marriage around 2016. They were basically on a break, Ross and Rachel style. And that's when Mr. August Alsina enters the chat. Jada calls their romance an entanglement, and Will's like, a what now? But she admits, yeah, it was a full-blown relationship.
You need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, that's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
relationship, absolutely.
But plot twist, Jada's all about healing and realizing the distance wasn't the answer to their marital woes. And as for Will giving August his blessing, Jada shuts that down faster than you can say summertime. She's like, hold up, the only one giving permissions in this scenario is me. Yes, queen. Now, the Smiths aren't your traditional Hallmark movie couple. They're rewriting the rules of marriage. Will spilled on Title's Rap Radar podcast that they're life partners. Forget Till Death Do Us Part. It's like them against the universe. And Jada, she's learning to be friends with her hubby during quarantine. Like, imagine being locked down with your spouse and only then deciding to be friends. Wild, right? Do y'all recall the drama at the 2022 Oscars? Chris Rock tries to throw shade at Jada's warrior queen bald look, hinting at a G.I. Jane 2. But our girl's been open about her battle with alopecia, okay? Will ain't having none of that. He storms the stage, slaps Rock, can we get a replay please, and drops an F-bomb, defending his queen's honor. The result? He's out of the Oscars club for a decade. But let's be real, who needs a little gold statue when you got love like that? And Jada, in her true mystic fashion, hits IG with a message about healing. Vague? Sure. But we know she's standing by her man. These two might not be your everyday couple, but they're fighting through life's messiness together. OMG, you guys, have you heard the latest tea being spilled in Hollywood? Because it's scalding. So, our beloved power duo, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, are rewriting the definition of #marigolds. And honestly, it's more like a roller coaster than a romantic sunset cruise. Get this, Jada just dropped a bombshell of a memoir, Worthy. She's dishing out all the deets about their marriage, or should I say, life partnership. Like, forget about Gwyneth's conscious uncoupling. The Smiths are serving us a piping hot dish of conscious not coupling. Now, sit down, because this story has more twists than a pretzel. Apparently back in 2016, they were all about that bad marriage for life vibe, even dropping the iconic line on the red table talk. But behind those Hollywood smiles and red carpet kisses, they were basically like two roommates who argue over who ate the last slice of pizza. Totally separate, but not legally. Jada gets super real in her book. She's chatting us up over a latte. She talks about expecting Will to be her knight in shining armor, healing all of her past wounds with his Fresh Prince charm. But plot twist, by the end of 2016, they were like, nah, marriage therapy is for quitters, and decided to do their own thing, but still keep it transparent. You know, seeing other people, but not hiding receipts. And just when you think there couldn't be any more, Jada spills ancient history about a marriage proposal from none other than Tupac Shakur. Yes, the Tupac, but she turned him down once because she felt like it wasn't a forever thing. More like a get me through this jail sentence thing. And their friendship, it ended with a bang, not a whimper, over a heated argument. Tragically, that was their final chapter before Tupac's untimely death. So what's the takeaway here, fam? Love is messy, complicated, and sometimes it looks like a slap at the Oscars. But through it all, Jada's teaching us to stand strong, live authentically, and maybe, just maybe, try to tell our memoir when you figured some of it out. Alright squad, if you're living for this high-octane Smith family saga as much as I am, smash that like button and subscribe for more.